The pace is set, and here we are, ladies and gentlemen, the first green flag of 2019.
There's your piece.
Right. Side by side, we went into turns 1 and 2. Easy on the gas. Scott Barber on the bottom, and here comes the 83 of Mr. Randy Corndog Lovell. Lovell working his way up to the front very quick. Sets it up high. He's going to look to drive underneath Barber on the exit. Not going to happen on the first lap. We do see clean and green through lap number 1. Brent Guillory in the number 3, setting the pace, leading the field. Scott Barber and Randy Lovell right behind him. Guillory's first race here at GTRP in 2019. He made a run over at Cleveland, I believe, last weekend, getting his feet wet back in a street stock. Scott Barber with a run off the backstretch down into turns 3 and 4. Barber's going to look to the same line, maybe a hair underneath of Guillory. If he can make it stick, he does not. And we are still 1, 2, 3 up front. Barber going to try it again. Takes a different entrance. Then Guillory back on the gas. Who's got the shocks and the setup to make it stick and get that drive out the corner? It's going to be a very heavy track as the night goes on. It still may be a little slick to the liking of others. But here we are side by side in turns 3 and 4 for just a moment. Scott Barber reeling him in with cross flags halfway home. Randy Lovell in the 83 just sitting back, waiting. See how things are going to shake around up front. Trying it once again, trying to get the run. He does not get it there. Scott Barber doing everything he can in that number 9 to get around the 3 of Mr. Guillory. There's Randy Lovell. He makes a move, gains some ground. We got a blanket over the top 3 cars. Barber checks up down the backstretch to not get squeaked into the wall. Guillory goes a little high, hanging that Camaro back in way out there as we are now 2 laps to go. Here comes Barber out of turn 2. We are going to be side by side, door to door down the backstretch. White flag next time by. Randy Lovell squeaking it 3 wide in the middle, ladies and gentlemen. Lovell stayed patient. He's going to sling it way sideways in the bottom of turns 1 and 2. Going to let those gold-digging 41 shocks catch and give him some drive out of the corner. Now here he is, folks. Last corner. White flag is waving right now, fighting to the checker on the inside. Out of turn 4, Randy Lovell cannot get it done. Heat race goes to the number 3 of Mr. Brent Guillory. Front row, door to door. Out of turn 4, we are green flag racing. Frank's looking at the inside of Rhodes in turns 1 and 2. Pepper works his way around center. Takes a high line on down the backstretch. Frank's trying a little crossover move out of turn 4, making things interesting. Car's not going to stick for him. We are clean and green through lap number 1. Frank's trying it once again. A little late on the gas, giving Rhodes plenty of room. But he stays out the door, reels him back in, down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4 we go once again. Rhodes a little crossway, smooth through the corner though. And here comes the 16 of Thomas Pepper. Pepper slides it in a little too hard, loses all the real estate that he built up.
Watch the ball, Pepper. Where you going?
Back up front we go. Cross flags. We are halfway home. Garrett Franks, the number 2, starting to gather a little bit together, get into a rhythm. And working to reel in that 3D of Daryl Rhodes. Both drivers up front working that same line. It's just a matter of who's got the car set up to be able to work the middle of the track and who's going to have the good throttle control through the middle of the corner. Track continues to get faster as each heat race moves on. Thomas Pepper slings it up way high in the top of turns 1 and 2, gathers it back up, and we keep that green flag out and the caution in the back pocket. Mr. Dwayne Blair on the flag stand, giving them sign. 2 laps to go for your race leader, the 3D in the WD Electric, Mr. Daryl Rhodes. White flag waving, 4 more corners between a checkered flag for Daryl Rhodes. Here on the back bumper is Garrett Franks in the number 2. Making it a race in turns 3 and 4. Franks, not enough. Daryl Rhodes in the 3D getting it done. Here we go. We're packed up tight left and right, nose to tail. Street stock action on the track right now. We got a good start on a turn 4. Hold your breath. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. We'll see what the flagman calls there for the front row. And we're going to call it green. Yes, the 3 of Mr. Brent Guillory did not go. Opens the door wide up for the 3D of Daryl Rhodes. We do stay clean and green through lap number 1. Mistake made by Guillory. Here comes Paul Gardner looking to the inside of Mr. Brent Guillory. Brent Guillory a little squirrely there on the front stretch. Gardner having to get on the brakes really hard. Gardner looks to the inside. Into the inside is the 83 of Randy Lovell looking past Garrett Franks in the number 2. Lovell working his way up to the door, entering turns 3 and 4, hits the brakes, stays away. And we do stay clean and green. Gardner to the inside of Brent Guillory in turns 3 and 4. Not going to be there on the exit. Guillory getting that Camaro to do what he wants, hanging it up top. Gardner sets it up top, cuts to the bottom, can't get the run. Gardner gets it there in turns 3 and 4. Whoa, mistake made. Cars push up, bump together. Gardner's going to get the 4th place spot from Guillory. Back up front to the battle for the 2nd place spot. Randy Corndog Lovell in the 83 trying to work past the 2 of Garrett Franks. Sets him up for the bump and run. Doesn't happen. Franks is unfazed in a good corner there by both drivers. It's going to be a solid battle here for the 2nd place spot. Garrett Franks has not had the best luck trying to get that number 2 car working in his favor, and he looks to have the monkey shaking off of his back. Running hard, good 2nd place battle right now. Randy Lovell can't seem to get a groove to get past the 2 of Franks as we are cross flags halfway home. Out front, Daryl Rhodes in the 3D. First night in his street stock in 2019. Went with a whole new chassis. He's trying something different, and it seems to be working for him right now. Trying something different here is Randy Lovell. He's going to enter the corner just just about a half a lane lower. Gets the car to rotate, exit door to door. Changing the approach in turns 3 and 4. And we've got him around and tagging in turns 1 and 2. Scott. Lights around, here we are. Green flag racing next time by, and we are green. Garrett Franks gives Randy Lovell a big old hit down the front stretch. As down the front stretch we went on the green. 150 Gardner trying to look to the inside of Garrett Franks, wheel to wheel down the front stretch. Franks loose on the exit, tags the wall. Swings it wide, cuts underneath Gardner, good move, and we're door to door. And Franks gets into the quarter panel. Gardner keeps it together. Here comes the 747 of Robbie Absher. Absher making a run. Absher to the inside of Franks. Into turns 3 and 4. Franks hanging the back end out. Robsher hooked up, carrying that left front just a little bit, unsettling the car though. 747 of Robbie Absher got the left front all the way all across the ground in turns 1 and 2 as we are 2 laps to go for your race leader out front, Randy Lovell. Absher reeling in the 2 of Garrett Franks in turns 1 and 2. Down the backstretch, we're going to go. White flag waving for Randy Corn. Dog Lovell. Lovell stays up top. He's going to diamond the corner on the exit, get the momentum. Into turn 3 and coming out of turn 4. We're beating and banging for the 3rd place spot. Randy Lovell takes the win. Nice and slow pace, staying together all the way to the exit of turn 4. Green is up and the hammer is down. It is showtime. Kerry Gilly sets a good quick pace down the front stretch into turns 1 and 2.
Hey, Blackman, you want to go 6?
Gilly looking good through 1 lap, working the top line of the racing service, letting that right rear get up there and eat. On the chase in the 69, Chris Green trying to get something going. Has a mistake there in the middle of turns 1 and 2. Stays away from that never fun tractor tire. Cross flags halfway home for the 42K of Kerry Gilly. While in the back chase car, starting to get something going here on the 69. Gilly making it stick with 2 laps to go, staying up there on the top, getting a cushion built up. We're going to see that cushion put to use when those ASCS Gulf South Region sprint cars get on the track in just a few moments. White flag waving for that 42K of Kerry Gilly. You can hear that engine and that throttle control being nice and soft to the top of 1 and 2. Down the back stretch we go. And now, ladies and gentlemen, out of turn number 4, put it on together for the 42K of Kerry Gilly. David Palmer ready to jump, and away we go. Palmer and Black lead him down into turns 1 and 2. Palmer jumps right up to the high side and stretches a few lengths ahead of the 75B of Marcus Black. Black now moves to the middle of the racing surface, as is the 83 of Savannah Lovell. 1, 2, 3, 4 in the back is Brandon Bearden. Just got the car yesterday, a true rookie, never driven before, in a borrowed fire suit and helmet. And that's what this class is all about, giving you the opportunity to learn a little something and get your feet wet in racing. Speaking of feet being wet, oh boy, howdy, David Palmer's feet going to be wet right now as he's finding that gas pedal, trying to Flintstone that thing as fast as he can with 75 of Marcus Black on his heels. Marcus Black looking to the inside, but a mistake by Palmer has him crossed up, takes that inside line away from Black in 1 and 2. Here it is, trying it again. Gonna be the crossover on the exit of turn 4. We're door to door. Down into turns 1 and 2. Black sets him up once again for the crossover. Leads it in high to exit low. Trying to get that inside line from Mr. David Palmer in the 145. Marcus Black knows what he's wanting to do, and what makes it even better is that Palmer knows what Marcus is trying to do, so he's blocking every move. Now Marcus sets him up to go low, goes around him on the high side. Ladies and gentlemen, your new race leader, Mr. Marcus Black in the 75B. Looking like something from Days of Thunder. Sets him up, and then makes it happen.
But that's not hard. I think that's...
White flag waving for Marcus Black. Black looking to the inside of Bearden. Gets worked past the lap car nice and smooth on the exit of turn 2 down the backstretch. We are going to go. Black sets it into the top. Easy on the gas. And taking the checkered flag, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Marcus Black. Pole sitter 42K. Kerry Gilly setting the pace, and we are green. Marcus Black peeks to the inside of Gilly. Here we are, good battle. Top 4 cars stretching out quick. David Palmer getting a little squirrely on the brakes as the rest of the field. Luckily, no one tangled up in that one. That's going to stretch out the group a little bit further. Marcus Black, Kerry Gilly, and Savannah Lovell, 1, 2, 3. Savannah Lovell in the 83 looking for a way around Gilly. Savannah's going to peek to the inside, change her mind, settle for the top. Going to try to get the run off of turn 2. And that's going to be it right now. Door to door down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. Advantage looks to be Savannah Lovell, and the spot, your new second place spot. Savannah ain't got time for that Lovell. Marcus Black in the 75B reeling in. The newcomer in the 22. Brandon Bearden's first night in the race car lap traffic. Here we go. Bearden just got the car this week in a borrowed fire suit and helmet. Suiting up for the first time. Marcus Black trying to find a way around the lap cars, opening the door for Savannah Lovell to try to work her way up to the front. Lovell seeing everything unfold, trying to pick a way around. Into the infield goes Chris Green in the 69. Lovell on the chase within striking distance of the 75B of Marcus Black. Lovell looks to the inside of Black. We are door to door out of turn number 4 down the front stretch. Lap traffic coming into play. Lovell picks to the inside line. Can she hold the line and keep the 75 at bay? And we are going to see right now as the 75B of Marcus Black checks way up. And now here comes 83 trying to work her way through lap traffic. Slow and smooth on the gas is Lovell. The lap car in between her and the 75 of Marcus Black. Black now having to deal with a 45K of Carrie Gilly. Gilly staying to the top line of the racing surface, working around the outside of the 22 of Brandon Bearden. Bearden getting a little sideways, clipping the tractor tire, sending it into turn 3. That's going to bring out a caution here in this one.
Right there, turn 3.
Setting the pace. She's going to lead him out of turn 4. Here we are back green flag racing with 3 laps to go. Marcus Black hangs it way up top, gets the wall. Lovell staying through the middle of the racing surface. Black trying to find the cushion. Two laps to go for your race leader, Savannah Lovell. Battle for the second place spot. Here comes Carrie Gilly looking to work with Marcus Black in the 75B. Black stays to the top. Gilly hits the top, comes through the middle, and that's going to stretch him out a little bit more. White flag waving for Savannah. Ain't got time for that, Lovell. Lovell in turn 3. Coming on out of turn 4. First feature win in a limited modified in 2019. Miss Savannah ain't got time for that, Lovell. Nice and slow pace set by Chris Sweeney in the 93. Caleb Martin to his right. We wait to the stripe and we are green flag racing. Martin leads him down to the corner first. Here comes Carl in the 52. Takes it from the top to the bottom of the exit. Into turns 3 and 4. Carl stays to the bottom. He's going to work his way up to the middle of the racing surface. 3 wide for a second. Ladies and gentlemen, Brendan Blenden in the number 88 working his way to that second place spot very quickly. Cuts in front of Chris Sweeney in turns 3 and 4. Carl working side by side with Sweeney for just a moment, battling for that third place spot. Sweeney goes up high. Carl has the middle of the racing surface working, but there on a turn 2, Chris Sweeney gets the run. Stretched out front right now is your race leader in the 51, Caleb Martin. Martin came and ran his micro sprint several weeks ago for the Spring Havoc. He knows these quarter-mile high banks at Golden Triangle Raceway Park very well, and he's showing that knowledge here tonight. On the chase, though, Brandon Blenden in that number 88. You see how hooked up he is when he gets back in the gas in turns 3 and 4. He is flying, ladies and gentlemen. Two laps to go for your race leader. Caleb Caleb Martin going to have to hold on to this one as both drivers are working the cushion of the racing surface. Who's the one that's got the secret figured out in the setup to make it happen? Caleb Martin jumped down front very quickly and hasn't looked back, put it on cruise control as we go down the backstretch and into turns 3 and 4. Ladies and gentlemen, put it on together for Mr. Caleb Martin. We're going to let the thunder build out of turn 4. You see that 0, Baldacini, getting a wheel stand in the middle of the corner, trying to get going. Here comes real quick, 17 of Shannon Tankersley. Tankersley looks to the inside of Dustin Gates into turns 3 and 4. Not going to happen. He's going to move up to the top. Tankersley's your 2018 Gulf South Points champion. He's going to look to try to continue that here in 2019 as well. But the man out front looking good so far, and this one's the 12 of Scott Smith. Smith got here a little early this afternoon. He got to watch the track change as it continued to sprinkle. He saw how it got packed in, and he knew where it was going to be fast, and he jumped right up there to the top groove very quickly. Man on the chase, Eric Baldacini in the number 0. That Challenger drilling powder blue, trying to drill and work his way up. Gonna dig deep as he can as we are cross flags halfway home. Dustin Gates, always fast at GTRP, and on the chase is the 17 of Shannon Tankersley. Tankersley in that Griffith Trucking Equipment, number 17. Getting that right rear on the cushion, driving him out of the corner, reeling in Gates with every lap. Will he have enough to get into that 3rd place spot? It's all about passing points as we are now 2 laps to go. Tankersley still sticking to what he knows, running the top, reel him in and being patient, hitting his marks and being consistent. White flag waves for the 12 of Scott Smith. Smith slings it in hard to turns 1 and 2. Baldacini right there on the 0. Can't get it done for him in 1 and 2. Out of turn 4, ladies and gentlemen, the number 12 of Mr. Scott Smith. All right, folks, we're lined up nice and tight, left and right, nose to tail. The green is in the air and the hammer is down. It's showtime. And we've got the 93 of Chris Sweeney stalled down on the front stretch, bringing out our first caution. Lights are out. We are stacked up tight, left and right. Rolling nice and slow. Got our good friend, Mr. Barry White, on the radio. And we're going to go green on a turn 4. Caleb Martin trying to make a quick run to the front. Caution flag comes out. It's around 25 laps is the distance.
I don't have 25.
Caleb Martin outside pole. Here we go on a turn 4. Good start up front. Caleb Martin getting scrubbed a little bit by Baldacini. Car upset, and whoa, Shannon Tankersley gathers it up with Mr. Baldacini in the 88 machine, Brandon Blendon. All right, here we are, lights around once again. 3rd time is the charm. Scott Smith out front, Caleb Martin to his right. Here we are, green is up, and we're tangled up on the start. Lights around, waiting for the green flag on a turn 4, and we are away. Cody Stacy and Cody Carl, good battle here for the 3rd place spot. Stacy right there on the exit of turn number 4. Carl's going to send it right through the middle. Stacy looks to the bottom, works his way up. Here comes the 17 of Shannon Tankersley trying to get a groove around the 48 of Cody Stacy. Under that last red flag, the inside went to the 17 into the infield. Get some work done on that car. Now he's going to see where he's going to start in the back and work his way up. Made some adjustments. And now within striking distance of the 48 of Cody Stacy. Stacy doing everything he can to get around the 52 of Mr. Cody Carl, Mississippi native, looking good here in the 3rd place spot. And you can see that car is very hooked up, getting a lot of weight taken off of that front end. Here comes the 17 of Tankersley around Mr. Cody Stacy in the high side. Tankersley found his groove up top. Gonna look to go 2 for 2 right here, reeling in. Cody Carl. Tankersley like a rocket sled on rails around the cushion at Golden Triangle Raceway Park. Letting the big dog eat right up there on the cushion. He's got the run out of turn 4. Sets him up going into 1 and 2. Tankersley around the top side once again. Can't get it done. Wheel to wheel down the backstretch. Tankersley with the spot and advantage into turns 3 and 4. Can he hold him off? Yes, he does. Your new third place spot, Mr. Channing Tankersley. Moving right here, Caleb Martin, your race leader, working now towards lap traffic. Is going to be the 16 of Mr. Cody Tankersley. This is Cody's first full season in AASCS 360 sprint car. He's going to see what he's going to do. Caleb Martin now going to have to navigate lap traffic very quickly as here comes the fast 0 of Eric Baldacini in that Challenger Drilling white and blue. Working through lap traffic, Caleb Martin put together a 14.32 second lap. Here comes Baldacini, reeling him in. Martin finally gets his way around. In the third, mistake made by the 16 of Cody Tankersley. On the chase, Eric Baldacini, Channing Tankersley, here we go. Mistake made by Baldacini. He missed the cushion and found the wall in turns 1 and 2. Here we are, Caleb Martin getting ready to set him loose once again. Here we go back, green flag racing. Channing Tankersley trying to reel in the 51 of Caleb Martin. Both of those drivers up front know these quarter mile very well, and we're going to see who's got the right setup for this track condition here tonight. Who's going to stay smooth? Who's going to get it done? We are 12 laps down of the scheduled 20 battle, shaving up for the third place spot. Cody Stacy trying to find a way around Cody Carl. Stacy looks to the higher line in turns 1 and 2, and we're going to go wheel to wheel down the backstretch. Stacy with the spot and the advantage, hits the cushion in turns 3 and 4, and now secures the third place spot away from the 52 of Mr. Cody Carl. Carl came all the way from Mississippi to be here with us this evening, and he is getting his laps in. Getting laps in as well. Caleb Martin out front, looking good, calm, cool, and collected. Alone on an island with nothing but his thoughts while he's trying to hold off the fast 17 of Channing Tankersley. Tankersley's your 2018 Gulf South Region Points champion, doing whatever he can to try to find a groove in this racing service to reel in and cut down the real estate that Martin has decided to stretch out here in this one. Caleb Martin started on the outside pole and has not looked back. Dealt with lap traffic for just a little bit until things ended quickly. 2 laps to go around Golden Triangle Raceway Park. They've got the right rear sitting up there on the top shelf where Grandpa keeps the good bourbon. White flag waving for the 51 of Mr. Caleb Martin. Lap car of Cody Carl in the 52 right ahead of him. He's going to stay smooth, stay cool, and stay out of turn 4 for the checkered flag, Caleb Martin.
Shane Jenkins on the pole. Green flag in the flagman's hand. And they're off and running. Shane Jenkins, Brian Romero leading the front. Shane Jenkins leading off into turn number 1, the 7th car. A little slick for these little cars tonight. Whoa, getting a little tied up there. Getting them lined out, keeping them going. Stay away, Shane pulling off a good lead. Them cars getting tied up. Seth Ball in the 78 car closing up on him a little bit. Shane Jenkins, your leader. Seth Ball running that third spot. How about old Mark Unger there in that 15 car, that dwarf car running with him. Jordan Taylor in the 21 car bringing out the top. Got Brian Romero in the 20 car. The track dog, Dwayne Williams in the 40 car, way back there in the back, having a little trouble getting around. Shane looking a little loose going through there. Holding on to the lead. Oh, Seth Ball getting out of shape. Shane rolling away, stretching his lead out a little more. Shane's got her glued down pretty good tonight. Look at Mark Unger in that third spot. Here comes Dwayne in that 40 car making a move. Jordan Taylor in the 21 car trying to get by Unger. Look at there. Got a race up there for that third spot. Dwayne's reeling them in. Shane just cruising out there in the 7 car in the lead. 78 is Seth Ball. Dwayne closing in on him, the track dog in the 40 car. Dwayne finishing in that third spot in our feature last weekend at 105 Speedway. Shane Jenkins come by halfway through. Shane got a good lead. Seth Ball. Dwayne looking at the inside of Seth coming out of turn 4, going toward the flag stand. Looks like Seth getting it under control there. Looks like we got a good race for that second spot. Shane out there cruising. Jordan moving up into the 4th spot. Mark Unger in the 15 car. Brian Romero, this is his first full year racing with us. Shane out there cruising. Got a good race for that second spot going there with the track dog and Seth Ball. These cars are brought to you by THD Trailer Sales in Beaumont and Liberty Golf Cars also in Beaumont. It's a big point fund sponsor for them. Shane Jenkins in the cabinet special, 2 laps to go out there cruising in that 7 car. Dwayne Williams moving up in that second spot, coming off of 4, getting by Seth Ball. 20 car getting a little out of shape. Brian Romero getting out there pushing a tire around. White flag out for Shane Jenkins this time by. Shane with an easy lead here in this heat race. The track dog, Dwayne Williams, taking a white flag on the second spot, and Seth Ball in the 78 car. Here comes Jordan Taylor pulling up the 4th spot. Mark Unger rounding out the top 5. Brian sitting in the infield. Checkered flag fly for Shane Jenkins. Y'all give Shane Jenkins a big hand. The Hardin County Veterinary Clinic Special number 14, Jeremy Buxton. Here we go. Green this time by. Green flag flies. Here they go. Corey looking at the bottom going through. Aubrey not want to let him in there. David Kinney leading off into that turn, not getting a bunch again. Aubrey looking at the second spot. David McKinney slowly pulling out there to a good lead. Got a good race going there between the second and third spot. Corey looking at the outside of Aubrey going in there. David McKinney going to lead the first lap in that 97 car coming by the flag stand here. Aubrey Taylor and Corey got a good race going there. Aubrey Taylor, the owner of that 12 car. Aubrey in a 10 car. Corey Babbitt in a 12 car. Corey looking at the high side going down the back straightaway. Got Kerry Comer running that 3rd spot. David McKinney out there leading this thing in that dwarf car against these mod lights. Here we go, coming by. David McKinney, Corey Babbitt, and Aubrey Taylor. Corey Babbitt looking at the high side on McKinney. Looking to duck on the inside, putting a slide job on him, trying to come out. Coming out together, holding him up to see what happens. Corey on the inside going into turn 3. Corey lifting. David McKinney driving it on there. Can Corey come underneath him this time coming out of 4? He's looking at it. David McKinney holding that spot and giving him a good race there in that dwarf car. Oh, McKinney sliding up a little bit. Corey Babbitt looking at the bottom. Aubrey right there in that 3rd spot. Still anybody's race up here in the lead. Kerry Coleman 8 car bringing out the 4th spot. Jeremy Buxton trying to find a way around her, running back there a little further. Corey looking at the inside, coming out of 4. Corey going to make it stick. Corey taking the lead, coming out of 4 that time. David McKinney looking at the bottom, trying to get his spot back. Aubrey Taylor looking at the inside of David McKinney. Aubrey going to try to pull it down the back straightaway. Aubrey taking it, getting up there. Can he hold it coming in? All right, Hot Dog here having a little trouble getting her lined out. And Corey Babbitt in a 12 car. Aubrey Taylor in the 2nd place car, in a 10 car, and a 97 car. David McKinney. Kerry Comer and Jeremy Buxton. We got 2 laps to go for Corey Babbitt coming behind the 12 car. Aubrey Tabor finally ran out in that 2nd spot. David McKinney giving a real good run running there, running that 3rd spot. Hot Dog having a little trouble here tonight. First night in that 14 car, that mid-county special. And you got Kerry Coleman 8 car. Got a good race going back there with them 2. White flag flying for Corey Babbitt running by, winning the 2nd heat race. And Aubrey Taylor finishing out and running that 2nd spot. David McKinney holding on to the 3rd spot. Kerry Corman, Jeremy Buxton back here fighting in for that other spot. Corey Babbitt taking the checkered flag for the second heat race of the night in the Mod Lights. That's calling that fifth spot back there. Keep your eyes on him. Here we go. Green flag's out. And they're off. Dwayne getting a good start running off down there, turn one. Aubrey pulling that second spot. Shane sitting in the fourth position. McKinney looking there. Oh, Dwayne cutting loose. Something done. Come loose on him there, folks. Caution's out. Caution. Looking to restart. Waiting on the green. Green's out and they're off. A little tighter start this time. Aubrey getting the lead going off into turn one down there. Corey coming up there a little high. Strain looking at the bottom of Dwayne. Here we go. Aubrey Taylor coming in here. Corey Babbitt staying high, looking at the bottom. Corey Babbitt looking at the bottom. Aubrey Taylor in that 10 car leading. Corey looking at the bottom, going in here. Chain trying to make a move on the track dog running that second spot. Aubrey and Corey stretching out a pretty good lead here. Got a good race going on back at third spot. Chain trying to get in there. McKinney hanging in there. A lot of rough spot down there, giving them a little bit. Aubrey Taylor, your leader out there right now. Corey in that second spot in the 12 car. Dwayne Williams running the third spot. Oh, Shane getting a lot of shape. McKinney pulling up there, trying to put a challenge on him in that 97 car. Trying to find his way around there. Getting it through there. The leaders pulling out there on the lead. Corey looking at the inside of Aubrey, coming through out of turn four. They finally got him off and got him lined out. Seth Ball trying to make a move on that 97 car back there in that fifth spot, trying to get his way in there. Seth Ball had a little trouble getting in. Corey Babbitt looking at the bottom of Aubrey, coming out of four. Aubrey holding him off. Got him lined out, running pretty good here. Coming up on some lap traffic here, may play into this race here in the lead. Aubrey looking at the top, Corey looking at the bottom. Aubrey coming around the outside of the 8, both on the outside of the 8, 3 wide. Aubrey coming around the outside of the other 2 cars. Brian Romero and that Mark Unger got a good race there. Brian Romero found him a spot, getting pulled by. Here comes up the other cars running through lap traffic. Aubrey Taylor, your leader, coming by. Corey Babbitt in the 12 car running. Dwayne making his way through lap traffic. Shane Jenkins in a 7 car finding his way up there in the 4th spot. Corey Babbitt looking at the bottom. Aubrey getting a little high. Corey's checking it up. Them 2 guys in the front up there just checking out on them, rolling on. 40 car running in that 3rd spot. Shane Jenkins in a 7 car running in that 4th spot. Shane Jenkins getting a little high, letting it go. Aubrey Taylor, can he hold off Corey for this race here? Corey looking at the inside, trying to get under Aubrey. He's showing him a tire, pulling up beside him, letting him pull away. Got them lined out. Looks like they've lined out, running in their position. The only race we got going out here on the field is that 1st and 2nd spot. Shake and bake, they call their team. Aubrey Taylor in a 10 car. Kerry Comer down there, having to check it up, causing Corey to have to drop back a little bit there. Not making it move, coming up on lap traffic. Here they come. On lap traffic, Corey looking at the inside of Aubrey. Join him a tire again. Aubrey and Corey coming in there, bumping a little bit. The car owner and the car racer bumping a little bit. Corey looking at the bottom, trying to find his way through here, coming up on the 17 car. Aubrey in a 10 car working through there. Oh, Aubrey getting a little tight. Corey turning to the bottom, trying to make a move on him. Coming side by, getting up beside one another through there. Got a good race going on here between that 10 and that 12 car. Keep your eye on it. Corey ducking and dot, coming up on some more lap traffic. Let's see who comes out on this. Aubrey turning her down, trying to get under Jordan Taylor. They get together. Corey's right there, coming around the outside of Jordan. Gonna duck on the inside of the 2, down on Jordan. Here we go. Corey looking for the spot. Oh, Brian's coming up. No, and they both go by Brian. One on the inside, one on the outside. Going even into turn 3. Aubrey coming up there trying to pull him off the turn. Got a good race going here between that 10 and that 12 car. Corey and them putting on a good show tonight up there. Corey looking at him again, trying to find a way by him. Oh, Corey giving him a little bump. Corey giving him another little bump. Aubrey having trouble in the 10 car. can happen there. Looks like the light's out. Corey's ready to start this race. Flag's in the flagman's hand. Corey starts it. They're off. Corey gets a good start. Dwayne hanging with him. Shane looking there for that third spot, trying to make a move on him. Here they are, tightening the race up. Seth Ball's trying to move up into that third spot on Shane. Got a good race going for that third spot. Seth Ball rolling in there pretty high, looking at the high side. Dwayne looking at the high side. Seth Ball getting a little high sliding up. Corey just rolling on out there. Dwayne, how about that? David McKinney's taking that dwarf car back in there in front of Seth Ball, trying to get that third spot from Shane. That 7 car better tighten up. Got him picking all over the back of him. Corey's got his car hooked up on this nice track tonight and rolling with no problem. He's strolling right along. The track dog trying to reel him in. Rounding out your top 3, Shane Jenkins. 20-lap feature tonight. They're putting on a good show with these guys. It's some real fun racing with them. Corey Babbitt, your leader in the 12 car. Dwayne Williams, the track dog, running in second in the Superior chassis 40 car. Shane Jenkins in the third spot in that Son Sanders built Sidewinder. Shane Jenkins Cabinet Special. 2 laps left to go right here this time by for Corey. Hope we got a challenge going on here back in that third spot. That third spot could be anybody's right now. Got a good race going on there. White flag's going to be out this time by for Corey coming by in a 12 car. White flag out for Corey. Running in that second spot is Dwayne. The third spot, Shane right now, but it's still anybody's race. The 97 car looking at that 4th spot. Other white flags in a flagman's hand. Looking at checkers coming up for Corey as he comes around in the 12 car. Coming out of turn. Coming out of turn there, Corey Babbitt in the 12 car.
Good tight group here in 3 and 4. Hammer down. We are green flag racing. Breezy leads them down into turns 1 and 2. Looking for a spot to go is going to be Howard Willis and Corey Neal Jr. Corey Neal Jr. staying up towards the top of the racing surface, works his way past the 23 of Howard Willis. Right here for the 4th place spot, Mason Baker, 5th place in the 12, Mason Baker trying to get around 49C of Jared Herring in turns 3 and 4. We are going to be door to door down the front stretch. And that's going to be, well, no, we've got him written in as Mason Baker, so Mason is driving the 12 tonight, not Paul. And Randy Lovell back in a limited modified in 2019, getting his feet wet, started in the back, getting a little bit more comfortable with it as we are now 2 laps to go. Robert Metz in that 2nd place spot, trying to hold off Corey Neal Jr. and Howard Willis. Wide flag waves for your race leader to the 69 of Chase Breezy. Breezy got out there to an early lead, didn't look back. Mistake made by C7 of Corey Neal as Howard Willis gets by. Neal looks back underneath. Howard does not happen. Checkered flag, ladies and gentlemen, coming on out for the 69 of Mr. Chase Breezy. Set by Coven Gilly in the 84. Lights are out. We are nose to tail, door to door. As the green flag comes out, we are racing. Jeff Murphy gets out front very quickly. On the brakes is Coven Gilly, finding a way around as the 22X of Scott Brown. And here comes the 58 of Ron Brown. No relation. Working the middle of the racing surface is going to be your race leader, Jeff Murphy. All drivers working the middle. A little tight is the 84 of Gilly. And a turn 4 though. The 22X of Scott Brown. Reeling in and working around Jeff Murphy. Murphy hits the brakes and it throws off Scott Brown, so now Brown has to gather it back up as the 1X of Jeff Murphy will maintain that top spot. Scott Brown with a good corner, reels in a lot of ground right there on the 1X of Jeff Murphy. Murphy still staying to the middle of the racing surface, as is Brown. Both drivers on the same line. Crossed flags, 2 laps to go. My mistake, I cannot count. 2 laps to go, which means Scott Brown's going to have to make something happen if he's going to want that spot. Making something happen. Ron Brown, the 58, gets around the 84 of Coven Gilly as the white flag waves in 1 more lap and 4 more turns for the 1X of Jeff Murphy. Murphy holding on. A couple lengths between he and Scott Brown. Out of turn 4, ladies and gentlemen, the 1X of Mr. Jeff Murphy. R&L Truck Repair Limited Modified A Main is getting ready to go green flag racing on a turn 4. We are going. 955 of Robert Metz getting the bumper from the 22X of Scott Brown on the entrance of turns 1 and 2. Couldn't seem to get the car where he wanted, slow in the field. Now everybody's kind of stretching out, getting their groove, trying to find where they want to go. Ron Brown in the 58, a little squirrely in the back. Out front, 1X of Jeff Murphy setting the pace. The man, myth, and the legend, Howard Willis in the 23. Looking to the inside of the 955 of Mr. Robert Metz. Mistake there by Metz, sends him to the infield. Gathering it back up, he is going to park it. 1, 2, 3, Jeff Murphy, Howard Willis, and Corey Neal Jr. Good battle shaping up here for the 4th place spot. Mason Baker getting into the back of the 49.
Drives 49,
Blake's 49?
No, Jared Herring.
Jared Herring in the 49, right there on the back of the 22X of Scott Brown. Herring looking to the inside of Brown in turns 1 and 2. We're going to be door to door on the exit of turn number 2, and the advantage looks to be the bottom, the 49. And squirrely is the 22X of Scott Brown. Scrubbing off some speed, opening the door for Baker. Baker giving him plenty of room, peeking to the inside of turns 1 and 2. Here comes the 58 of Ron Brown as well. Gathering back up is the 22X of Scott Brown. Going to take him door to door down the backstretch. Baker now up to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th place spot. Leaders coming in right now into turn 3 and 4, starting to edge into lap traffic. Jeff Murphy out front, followed by Howard Willis and Corey Neal Jr. 1, 2, 3, single file are your leaders. Well, we've got a big old stack of lap cars. 22X of Scott Brown with an issue. Going to dive it down here into the infield. 42K, way off the pace. Jeff Murphy keeping the chase at bay. Has a lap car between he and Howard Willis. Willis looking to the inside on a turn number 4. Coven Gilly in the 84 machine right now is your lap car in between your leaders. Working to the bottom is going to be Howard Willis. And Corey Neal Jr. tries to peek to the inside, but Gilly cuts the bottom down. We are cross flags halfway home. Jeff Murphy now looking with Randy Lovell and Ron Brown in the crosshairs, while Howard Willis within a length of Murphy. Jeff Murphy gets working on by Randy Lovell, as does Willis. Your R&L Truck Repair Limited Modified A main is going to be one all the way down to the wire. Your top cars and hooking the 1X of Jeff Murphy right there gets the 58 of Ron Brown. Baker pulls to the infield. Brown pulls to the infield, cutting around. Caution flag does not come out. Brown keeps it going. Mono, Jeff Murphy. Howard Willis, no lap car in sight. Who's going to be smooth to the finish? Who's going to get the job done? At the stripe, we're looking at 5 more laps that Jeff Murphy's going to have to work this quarter-mile high banks. With the man, myth, and the legend, Howard Willis on the chase. Howard within about 3 lengths of Murphy. Murphy staying smooth right through the middle of the racing surface. Willis trying a different groove in turns 3 and 4. In striking distance. Out of turn 4 with 2 laps to go. Less than 2 lengths between them. In turns 1 and 2, Howard Willis sticks to the top. He's going to try to get the momentum off the top on the exit of turn 2. He's got the groove that he wants right now if he can make it happen. In turns 3 and 4, taking it at the stripe as the white flag waves. 1 more lap and 4 more turns for the battle for the race lead. Jeff Murphy in the 1X, staying with the same groove that he had. Howard Willis trying it, not going to be there. The 1X of Jeff Murphy. Here we are, lights are out. Savannah Lovell with the pace, waiting for the green flag to drop. Dwayne Blair sets them loose. We are green flag racing.
So there's one factory stock lined up in the second heat. They're called till they don't miss it.
Factory stocks to the staging lanes for your heat race. Factory stocks to the staging lanes for your heat race. See, that's what. Savannah Lovell and the 83 trying to work back around the 91 of Mr. James Huff. This is Huff's first full season in a factory stock. He ran a little bit last year, was kind of hit or miss. And you know what? It's looking like he has done this before. Savannah Lovell with a good corner in turns 3 and 4. Reeling back in, Mr. Huff in the 91.
Y'all got to help me repair.
Lovell works her way past Huff. And now Huff's going to try to cut underneath her in turns 1 and 2. Cannot trade the spot back. Savannah Lovell. And the 83 gets the lead spot back under control. Two laps to go for your race leaders out front. On the chase is James Huff trying to get something going. White flag waves on Savannah Lovell as she's got those 41 shocks digging. And here we are, checkered flag on the 83 of Savannah. Ain't got time for that, Lovell. And away we go. Vanderpool on the gas quick. Leads him into turns 1 and 2. He was waiting for that green flag to drop, and he waited just patiently enough to be able to put the hammer down. Robert Metz in the 3D, reeling in a little bit of distance off the 83 of Randy Lovell. Lovell trying to chase down Vanderpool. Vanderpool hold no bar here in this one early. And we got one stopped in turns 1 and 2. That's Randy Lovell. All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Lights are out. Green flag racing leader starts them on the exit. Paul Vanderpool down the stripe. So Ryan Roberts in the 2R is 2 laps down, and he is racing for last place. In the 3rd place spot is going to be the 12 of Richard Woolley. Here we are back in the gas. And a turn 4 is Robert Metz. On the brakes there was the 2R Ryan Roberts. I guess Roberts is going to try to get around the leader 2 times to be on the lead lap, but we'll see what happens. In that 3D tonight, Robert Metz, he doesn't run factory stock very often at all, usually sticks to a limited modified or his late model. But he's going to give her a go here tonight at GTRP. White flag waving on your race leader, the 63 of Mr. Paul Vanderpool. Vanderpool got out front with a great start, never looked back. And the 2R Ron Roberts may be 2 laps down, but he's showing the 3D a little speed there. On the white flag lap, checkered flag waving, ladies and gentlemen, for the 63 of Mr. Paul Vanderpool. Lights out, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Randy Corndog Lovell and Paul Vanderpool lead them down the front stretch into turns 1 and 2. Robert Metz on the chase in the 3D as well. We stay clean and green through lap number 1. Out front, good battle shaping up for this 4th place spot. Ryan Roberts and the 2R. And looks to be the 91 of James Huff. Huff working the bottom of the racing surface. He's going to move up there towards the middle on the entrance of turns 1 and 2. Ryan Roberts in the 2R gets on by. He took his heat race 2 laps down. Started towards the back, now working into this 3rd place spot, trying to get past the 3D of Mr. Robert Metz. Ryan Roberts trying to get to the inside line, but can't make it happen that time. Metz knows he's coming. Metz gets way sideways on his own, opens the door. Roberts gets on by. Now here comes the 91 of James Huff into the mix. Ryan Roberts peeking to the inside of the 83 of Randy Corndog Lovell right out of the gate here for the 2nd place spot, door to door down the backstretch. That is my mistake there. I can't see. One's 83 and one's 83 JR. In the 3rd place spot is the 83 JR of Savannah. Ain't got time for that level. Ryan Roberts doesn't have time for this as he's now trying to make quick work of Mr. Paul Vanderpool for the race lead. And that he did. Your new race leader, the 2R Ryan Roberts, gets on past mistake again by the 3D of Robert Metz, gathers it back up, loses it in the same spot in turns 3 and 4. And now Herring trying to work on past James Huff. James Huff staying to the middle of the racing surface. Herring's first night down here at GTRP in the dual 2-1H. Chad Herring to the inside of James Huff. Down the front stretch we go. Nothing there for Mr. Herring right now, but everything is going out front. 1, 2, 3, stretched out with real estate between them. Here comes James Huff, though, starting to cut into some of that real estate of Savannah Lovell.
Leaders on top of him, there you go. That's the leader on the inside.
Working with lap traffic is your race leader, the 2R, Ryan Roberts. Gets past the old 30 machine very smoothly. That was Gary Morgan in the 30. Nice, bright, shiny car as we are now. 2 laps to go for your race leader, Mr. Ryan Roberts. White flag for the 2R and the Fantasy Fireworks Outlaw chassis. Ladies and gentlemen, checkered flag waves for the 2R, Mr. Ryan Roberts.